Welcome to the BBC Podcast. It's your boy Tunchi, my boy JP right here. We got early morning interviews, usually after hours, but we had a lovely lady come from the city to come join us this morning. We want you guys to make sure, show all of our viewers and all of our subscribers that now we got all the super chats and everything down, the super stickers and all this stuff like that. They're all prompt and ready to go. So we'll be dropping merch probably this week, and then the website and everything will be up. So make sure to check out and look for that.
And please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Share the video.
Okay, and we're ready to hear this lovely lady's story. We'll turn it over to her.
Hi, everybody. I am so excited to be here. First of all, thank you so much for the opportunity for allowing me to be here. Just basically share a little bit about my story, a little bit about this crazy topic we're about to talk about. My name is Jessica. I'm 25. I'm from the San Fernando Valley. I'm here. So excited to talk about it. I've been on social media maybe since high school. I want to say maybe since 10th grade, actually. I've just always been that girly, very kind of outspoken, kind of always loved to be on the camera. And, I've always been into fashion, beauty, makeup. So, after college, then that's when, I got into my business. And I am partnered with the #1 platinum hair company literally in the world. And that is literally how I started growing basically more on social media. I want to say that a few tips if you are looking forward, to kind of growing and becoming something impactful on social media. Right now, it's all about reels, but everybody is doing the same thing nowadays. Everybody's wanting to build a brand for themselves, but my #1 tip on that is really be authentically yourself, and just try to be different, but also make sure that you are doing everything literally from the heart and the passion. And I feel that's why I literally have been supported by, my followers, just because a great, compliment that I always get is, damn, you are seriously who you portray yourself on social media. So I owe it a lot to my business. And then for my business, other opportunities have came just like this one. And then aside from my business, I am a travel manager for Guess, which is my favorite brand. So that's a little bit about me.
That's what's up. Okay. How long, you've been with the company that you're doing the makeup thing for, how long have you been?
Approximately, I'm going on for 2 years or so. It's more beauty products. So it's hair care, skin care. We have wellness and all that type of stuff. So besides just sales base, it is network marketing. I do grow my own team. So it's all based on ranks, personnel sales, and things like that. But behind it, it's more than just the money and the price tag. It's everything mindset, growing your knowledge, your marketing skills. It's it's a paycheck, a therapy with paycheck, as you can say.
Okay. So how did that all come along? How did you get into that, and did you find them, or did they find you, or?
Okay, so another very ironic story, right? So when I was living out here, I was actually in a relationship, and, I had to move back home because, the relationship ended. So my cousin was actually in the business, and she was like, you need to join me, and I said no. And then I moved back, and then she tells me about the opportunity again, and she's like, Jessica, you're already doing everything that you're doing, just might as well just partner up with me, get paid for it, and it's literally social selling. I use these products every day. They're part of my lifestyle. So I gave it a shot, and social media literally paid for my my school loan, and it paid for my credit cards and the debt that I had. So social media is amazing. I love it. I'm obsessed with it. It's literally I'm in a whole nother world of opportunity.
What made you initially say no the first time?
I think it's because people are scared to fail, or people are doubtful. I mean, I was in a very not dark place in my life, but you're going through breakups and problems and things like that. The last thing you want to do is put yourself on camera.
Yeah.
But I'm so happy that I did it. Otherwise, I don't think that I would be here.
That's what's up. So being that I would pretty much say you're pretty much an internet influencer. How would you? I seen you said that to be yourself, but what if there's a girl out here that just wants to go with the trend? That's just what is just hot trending right now, and it's not her. Would you recommend her doing that to still get the views, even though she's going to jump on the trend?
I seen what she did. It worked.
Yeah.
Let me try that.
I mean, I feel you can do anything, right now, like, you can find something and follow a trend, but I feel like you can only go so far. I feel like people can literally like feel your energy, or whether it radiant, because it really does radiant. I feel like, you know, people can feel you through the camera, and I feel like people will know whether you're being real or not. You know, so I mean, you can, by all means you can go, but I can only guarantee that it can only go so far.
And that's, since like you've been doing like real good like with the reels and everything, would you recommend like, do they have to do it from home, or would you say like get out and experience and like show your followers that like you get out and you do things, you're active, or like,
I like to say something that I learned is messy action, right? So you will see me on camera, no makeup on. I have this like crazy shower series, I like to call it, where I'm literally showering like with my followers. That's crazy how it sounds. It's just like just showing your everyday life. You know, I'll tell like my followers, dude, I'm going through this shit, I need a break. Or I'll tell my followers, this happened, like we did it, you know? So I think messy action is the best. You don't always have to be glam. Like, just show who you are, show your everyday life, show what you do. You just never know, like, one day out of your life will inspire somebody else. You just never know what people are going through. And being relatable, you know, I feel like,
for sure.
Stop trying to pretend that you're perfect, your life is perfect.
Be authentic.
No, be authentic. You know, everybody goes through shit, especially now. It's crazy life.
Okay. Do you have like a family member or a friend that's like a big on like social media also that you collab with sometimes, or you just do everything by yourself?
I'm very open-minded. I know a lot of people that have a lot of huge following, like on Instagram or TikTok or stuff like that. I want to say that I'm barely getting comfortable enough where I'm starting to actually make my ideas come to life. I have a few things in the works and I'm so excited about. At first, you know, there's a lot of things that I want to do by myself, but now it's like, no, my friends are amazing. Like, they love me, I love them, I support them. Like, let's do it together. Okay. So I have some that are coming up by myself. I have some that are coming up with them too. So. Okay.
All right. So now to get on your story and maybe a little bit of why you moved. So your current dating status, are you dating?
I'm single. Okay. Like, I was dating, I had to change my number, so we're good.
Okay. Are you single to the point where you're just doing yourself, or are you open to the idea of like meeting a guy and stuff like that?
Well, I am into both genders. I have been with both. I don't like to label myself as bi. I am, if I vibe with you, I vibe with you, and if I don't, I don't. I don't know if my soulmate is a guy or it's a girl, you know? Okay. I want to say right now, I was dating. It was an official relationship. I want to say right now, that's it. I'm going to take a break. I am so focused on myself at the moment. I have huge plans for myself that I've been wanting to do, so I feel like this is the time and place for me. So my dating status or relationship status, super single.
Okay. Super single as in, like, you'll take in applications right now, or single as in, like, not really trying to go out, see nobody, I'm focused on work?
I'll let you know when I'm hiring.
Yeah, something like that. No, I'm very open to hang out. I love meeting new people. I feel like everybody can teach you something. I'm always down for a good time, not like that way, just hanging out. So I guess whatever I feel at the moment. Okay.
And then what would you say, your previous relationship was how long?
My previous official relationship when I used to live out here was maybe like a little bit over a year.
Over a year?
Yeah, over a year. I almost got married.
Oh, okay. So did you move in with him, or did you just move out to his location?
I was living in the Valley, and I moved in with her right after college. I feel like that's a topic that it's going to inspire a lot of today's conversation, especially this past, like, dating, really going to inspire it. I feel like, because I was in therapy for maybe, like, about 3 years. So a lot of that has to do with dating, right? But I feel like aside from dating, it really has to do within yourself and, like, within, like, your soul. Because in all reality, if your heart, mind, and soul are not properly, like, if you're not taking care of that, everything around you is not going to prosper correctly.
Yeah, it's all about energy.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And that's just in anything in your life, whether relationships or your business, your family, your friends, whatever it is. Like, if you're not taking care of the inside, everything around you is just, you're not going to attract the great.
So for our viewers, can you share with them, is it easy dating a woman?
Oh, my God.
Versus a man, which one?
You know what? I don't want to say I have a preference, but I'd say that I enjoy more dating women. Like, I love women.
What are the reasons behind that that you actually like prefer or not prefer, but you vibe better with women?
I feel like I'm more comfortable with women. I mean, I'm a girl myself, you know. I feel like you hear a lot of people like, women are crazy. Like, there's so many emotions and things like that. But I feel like, in a sense, like, we maybe understand each other better. But at the end of the day, like, it just, you can be with the guy or you can be with the girl, same sex, different sex. But I just feel like if you vibe, you vibe. And you don't, you don't. But for me, preferably, I enjoy more dating women. I just feel like, you know, I love the nurturing. I love the gentleness. I love the softness. And I feel like no dude has ever shown me that.
So how do you feel about, like, women that come off, like, aggressive and have, like, masculine energy type of always being, like, loud and aggressive and, like do you vibe with those kind of women or more sensual like yourself, like more feminine type?
I feel like, I tend to attract maybe a little bit of, like, maybe like half and half masculinity and a little bit more gentle. But for me, preferably, I feel like I vibe more with like people that are more like gentle, a little bit more sensitive, a little bit more sweet on the side.
Gentle soul.
Yeah. But I have been with women who look a little bit more masculine. I have yet to date anybody that's a little bit more girly. But it's crazy. Like, they'll, you know, look a little bit masculine, but in the inside, they're really gentle. Yeah.
And then, can you tell us about why you got split?
All right. So I'm going to talk about, like, when I almost got married. So when we first dated, there was a lot of hurt within her own soul. You know, you come to find out that her upbringing was very hard. She didn't have a great relationship with her dad. Her mom was more like of the people pleaser. Her dad was more like of a, I'm gonna, like, basically, like, the more girls you bring home, the more love I'm gonna show you. So that was really tough, you know. Right off the bat, I feel like she didn't really know how to love the proper way, because when you grow up, it's like the first people that are going to be your role models are going to be your parents.
For sure.
Right? They're the first loves. So you basically grow up and your relationships, you're kind of imitating what you learn at home. You know, and I didn't know that. My upbringing was, I saw my parents grow up together. But my mom, on the other hand, was very, like, tough love type of person where, like, not to bash on my mom out, she loves me, like, you know, where it was, like, I could bring home, like, straight A's, and if I had 1 U, I was worthless. My dad, on the other hand, he never really was there to back me up. I didn't grow up, like, showing with a lot of, like, I love yous and emotions like that. So it was just weird. And then on her end, you know, a lot of fuck ups, a lot of, like, you know, just a lot of things that led me to not trust her in the beginning, right? So you have me telling her, like, you're doing this, you're doing that, very assertive, very vocal. That's just who I am. But then you have her that's like, I don't realize that I'm doing these things to hurt you. So that's what I mean about, like, she had so much trauma. She was like, I forget. I think we started dating when she was like 30. And I'm 20. I don't know. She's like in her 30s. She was like 6 years older than me or something like that. I forget. You know, so you have that. You have many years worth of hurt, many years of worth of, you know, previous relationships that have hurt her. You know, she went through a lot of trauma since she was little. So you have two different backgrounds trying to connect in one. So at the end of that relationship, it just really had to end because she just needed to, you know, work on herself and really, really heal. Like, for real. That's what I mean. So
what was it causing trauma, like, being in your relationship, though?
I think that it was just very hard for us to make it work in a sense where it's like, I still don't trust you. Like, you're still hurting. I'm trying to be there for you, but I can't. And in the end of the way, like, you can't fix anybody and you can't heal anybody. You can only be there so much and help them, you know. But it is true, like, you can't love anybody until you're good yourself.
So as far as you said you didn't trust her or you can't trust her, what do you mean by that?
There was just a lot of things in the relationship at the beginning that happened. You know, I mean, she was like in the nightlife industry. Oh, okay. So a lot of things happened, you know, in the beginning of that where, you know, she would even say like, oh, like, I didn't realize that would hurt you. I didn't realize that I was doing anything wrong. But that's what she grew up looking at, you know. So it just transferred over to our relationship. And that's you know, that's what happens.
How'd you guys meet? Mutual friends or? Just out the nightclub?
I actually went to her spot where she hosts her, her events, and that's how we met.
That's what's up.
Yeah, that's how we met.
Okay. So now being like single, obviously, and high following on Instagram and stuff like that, how often are you waking up? How many DMs are you just going through and just like, how many do you ignore and how many do you respond to?
If you get 20, how many
20.
do you? How many gets left unread?
I have to feel the vibes. I feel like I'm very good at knowing who is being like a dog.
Off a photo, or do you actually open it?
Like if I upload like a selfie or something, right? Or sometimes I'll get people DM me my own photos, and I could tell like if someone's being genuine, saying like, oh, like you look pretty, or oh, like you look cute or beautiful, other than like, oh, what's up, mommy, like, and trust me, I'm like, I'll just like it, I don't want to be mean either.
So
but,
you say thank you to most
well, yeah, guys and girls are like, oh, thank you, oh, heart it.
Okay. What are like? Well, I guess you say you get women too. So, what's a bad vibe from like a woman? I don't ever think I've seen women be thirsty on women before. No. Does that exist?
You know what?
We already know how men are thirsty.
Yeah, we know how guys
are.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever gotten anyone be like that with me.
Like I'm sure they're out there.
Yeah, me too. But for the most part, I feel like any woman that has tried, it's just very like genuine. It's very different. I feel like women come at me like, oh, like you look very beautiful, like, oh, you look like you have such a sweet smile or something. Or they'll compliment my work. And the conversation like tends to start there. And guys, a little different.
So what would you say? Guys are more aggressive, or?
Yeah. And I feel like that's why I tend to maybe talk to more girls, because I personally myself, I'm not really into like aggressive, like,
Okay. So you're more into like softer and attentive guys, like
yeah, I like more and again that follows back with my childhood, because I grew up, like I said, like with my mom, really tough love and things like that.
So it's where you were lacking at home.
And and I learned that in therapy too.
Okay. Let's see.
But my relationship with my parents now is hands down like the best now.
That's good enough. Would you say more because you're more open with them? You communicate them?
Yeah. Okay. And I in a way kind of taught them like, hey, like your comment right now really hurt my feelings. Like you better say sorry.
You learned that through therapy and everything, how to communicate with them.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Therapy literally like shaped me. I feel like therapy saved me. I feel like people have like this misconception on therapy where something I thought I was good, whatever. Like it literally changed my whole life and my whole mentality.
You would recommend it?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Even if like you think that you're perfect and you don't need it, you grew up being spoiled, whatever it is. Honestly, no. There's no like end to like self-improvement.
Okay. Since probably some kind of workout since you do both. Can you name us two things that men do that's just like repulsive, like disgusting, like just flat out the way they come on to you, things that you see they do? Like, what are two things men do?
Well, I kind of touched upon it. I think being very, very aggressive. Like the approachment too. I feel like if
give us an example.
Like there was this one time too where I was out and I'm out with my friends, right? And it's happened to me a couple times where, guys will literally just grab me by the arm and be like,
actually just touch you?
Yeah, like grab me by the arm and be like, there was this other time where like this, I know. There was this other time where like this guy literally just like, boom, like right there, like what the yeah. I'm just like, what
City
the
boy, city boy.
That's crazy.
Or like I said, like even go down in the DMs and it's like, like the way they just approach it, it's not very genuine. It's just like right off the bat, like you already know what they want. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And then what about two things women do?
Dang. Well, I haven't had like any.
Yeah, something in your experience, and you're like, I don't like how she said that, or.
Yeah, I think I don't know.
Or an offsetting vibe that you were just like, I'm straight on that one.
Maybe like when they tell you that they're feeling you and things like that, or like you're like dating them and then they're like showing like all this other attention to like other girls right in front of you, and you know. Let me tell you.
So there are actually women out there that are like cocky like that like they just women flock to them like that too?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And I've seen it happen, but I feel like that one, I mean, I feel like either or, it could go to either gender. I mean, like, again, it just depends on the type of person you are.
Okay. So, again, with the ladies, share with their guys so they can keep an eye out. What are 2 shady things girls do when it comes to guys?
Oh, no. Okay. I'm just going to say it flat out front. Yeah. I'm not perfect either, you know?
I mean, either your experiences, or I'm sure you got female friends and all that. I
do. Alrighty. Okay, so I feel like, I don't know if this is a bad thing or a good thing, right? I feel like when you're out in the dating world, this was like before the person that I was recently talking to. Just because I feel like a lot of people are going to watch this and they're going to be like, I'm like, no, I actually really loved her, okay? You know, when you're like dating and stuff like that, I feel like, I don't know, I feel like yes and no, where you kind of want to keep your options open, right? When you're dating somebody, I feel like us girls are so afraid to say like, yeah, we are dating multiple people, going out with multiple people, but I feel like you got to see who you vibe with the most,
so
right?
So would you say kind of keeping the options open? Like,
yeah, because you got to see who you vibe with more. Like if you are dating just to date, or if you're dating to really get to know somebody and build something with someone, I feel like we just gotta say it out front, you know, and not be afraid of saying like, hey, I am currently dating.
So with your experience, or just off most common women, how many women, while they're single like you and they're dating, how many back pocket guys do they keep?
I want to say maybe like about 3, like 2 or 3.
2 or 3 at least.
So when you're doing the whole dating thing, how many people do you talk to at once?
I don't think I have like a specific number. I just feel like, like I always go by like the saying in Spanish, like si me invitan yo voy, meaning like if they ask me out on a date, I'm gonna say yeah. You know, I'm single. I'll get to know you. Like, all right, cool, let's go have dinner on a date. So I just feel like it just depends like what it's happening at the moment. But I want to say for approximately, I think that in the past, I probably have maybe like 3. Okay. Yeah. And that doesn't mean I'm sleeping with them though.
when you find that one that you're like really vibing with and you're really considering like fucking with, do you completely shut the other ones off, or like do you keep them as friends, or like
you likely turn them down just so there's options?
Yeah, I feel like I am really good at being straight up, you know. But I've had my moments where I'll just like gently, just kind of like you know, making sure that we're just friends. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So out of the 3, 2 guys go to the friend zone, and you just
yeah. But again, it just depends.
Okay. So what's one more thing that women do?
Damn. Okay. Again, this is like before. Okay. Yeah. I guess it kind of goes along with that. Maybe just having like your cell phone pop in, where it's like, you know, you're getting attention from like multiple people, and you know, girl, you know, that shit feels damn good.
So obviously the attention does, but would you say like you're getting attention and stuff like that, the new guys following you, do you like hide your Instagram story from?
Oh no. We'll just probably like post like, oh, we're out at dinner, but we don't show like who. We'll probably just show like the plate down or something, okay. You know, or so like make it not
who's next to you with it.
Not all the evidence, just a little bit.
Because you just never know, man. You just never know.
Okay.
Because what if you go on that date and it's like, I don't know, the next day they're creepy and shit, and you just don't know them, right?
Okay. But what if the dude that obviously you say you gave guy 1 that date, guy 2 that hit you up, but you had already arranged your number 2. He sees your story. What do you tell him? Like, hey, like I see you still out. You still want to go eat? Or who'd you go with?
Yeah. Oh man. I mean, I think I probably only got one person tell me something like that. Mm-hmm. Other than that, nobody ever tells me anything. You know.
You lied to me.
Yeah. We're like, oh, I thought you were gonna go home right after, and we're like, oh, well, I was, but you know, last minute plans or something. You know?
Okay. All right. Name one trait that right away that women see. It doesn't have to be yourself. Like that women see in a guy. Like, nah, I can't date this dude, but I'm gonna finesse him though.
Oh no. I feel like
how can what does a guy give off that you'd be like, man, this dude's he's a softie or he's gullible? Like what's a trait?
Oh man, that's mean. I don't know. I feel like I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know how to answer that.
I'm thinking about how honest to be. That's why.
I don't know. I feel like I guess it's one of those things where it's like that guy is super nice. That guy is
too much of a nice guy.
Yeah, where it's like I like him, but I don't like him like that. Mm-hmm. But okay, I guess I'll go like on a date with him.
Okay. Like you're bored in the house and he's hitting you up and you're like, I ain't got nothing to do.
Yeah, like I have nothing to do. All right, let's go watch a movie or something.
Okay. Like I said, not for yourself, but experience once again. How often do women go out on that date knowing they're not going to have sex with that dude? Like, they have no intention on doing anything. Like, just, he's nice enough. I know he's not going to, like, touch me or make me feel uncomfortable, but I'm going to go get this free meal. And
like, just to get out the
all
house.
The time.
On the date.
All the time. All the time. And that's something that I make clear from the very get-go. It's like, I'm not sleeping with you, but if you want
also, you always got
but if you want to take me out, you want to hang out, all right, let's go, but you're not getting anything from me. Like,
so pretty much you're telling the guys that they, like, not
it's up
in the
to
friend
you.
zone right away, but like
I
mean, you pretty much you can hang out with me, like, but
but there's nothing's gonna pop after.
So when you tell the people that, how many of the dates go through, and how many of them are like, oh shit, I ain't getting nothing out of it, so I'm cool then.
You know what? Like I said, I feel like I just have like this like. I just vibe with people, so I feel like even though I have had people tell me straight up, for the most part, like we'll still go hang out and nothing happens after,
Do you think that they still hang out thinking that, nah, I think I could get her?
Probably, but
you think it's more half of the time why they're
still but then
it's like a challenge for them.
But then we'll go like on a second hangout or second date or something, and it still doesn't happen, and they're still talking to me, so I don't know.
Okay. All right. So speaking of the dating world, I'm sure it's happened with everybody. It's just how honest you can be with yourself, but how likely is it that you do like see the dude and you're really like into him, and like you're gonna hook up with him on that first date?
Okay, wait. Repeat the question one more time.
So like you see the dude and you're vibing with it, and like that you're going to. Do you be the aggressor and like let him know that you want to take it to the next level, or do you just see if he's that extra nice guy, or if he's like on the same vibe with you, same wave level, like he knows like what's up?
And then tell us how it is with the female, or unless it's the same.
Yeah, I feel like I'm really good at vibes. Even like if there's a chick and she looks like straight, I'll just know if she's into girls too. So I feel like I'm the shy one, so I'm not the initiator at all. But I feel like, it's just that vibe right off the bat. I feel like it's just that look when you just lock eyes for the first time and you're like, oh shit, like you get that like shock that goes through your body and you're like, damn, like I'm attracted to you, like really sexually, like something can possibly pop off.
So the women tell in their head, like if he tries, I'm gonna let him.
Yeah. You just know when it's gonna happen.
When you first like see him and vibe with him, or is it like, I know I hear women say this all the time. Like, man, he looked good. Everything was cool, but
right when he started
as
talking.
soon as he started talking, girl, like, that shit went south.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I'd have to be in the moment to know, but I feel like for the most part,
can you go off looks, or you just, is it the whole like
midway through a date, or is it like right when they pick you up, like, oh shit?
Yeah, like you already.
I mean, you can be cute as fuck, and if we just don't vibe, then it's just like, I don't care how cute you are, I'm just like, I don't care,
Does this happen in the same, like with like women? Like, would you say women would feel more comfortable sleeping with a girl the first night versus a guy? Or is it the same? Rules the same, or are they different?
I think the rules are the same.
Yeah.
I think the rules are so the same for sure.
Okay. So, if you were to have a son and he's getting older, you're growing, you're teaching him, would you let him date a woman just like you?
Yeah, I think I'm pretty badass.
So you would think that you're good for another man, like, to be wifey material and locked down?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Of course. Okay. Of course. I personally don't know if I ever want kids. I have nephews.
She's like, that's enough.
Yeah, so that's but I feel like if the compliment that I do get a lot, I mean, I have had dudes tell me like, I want you to be my freaking baby mama, like all the time. Even like my close guy friends that have known me forever always tell me like, have my kids. I'm like, no, fool, you're tripping, Yeah, that's like crazy. I want you to be my, and I'd be like, okay, but why me, and they'll tell me like, it's because you don't see it, like you're really wifey material, like you're really nurturing, like you have a lot of love, So I feel like if I do have kids, I feel like I'll be a great mother, but I don't know if I want kids.
Okay. Out of those dates and everything that you said, like you let them know that like ain't nothing gonna happen. There's 5 dates. How many of those are just like flat out like, I just went out just to have a good time, like
just to get out of the house date?
I know, like I ain't never gonna give him time of day. Like,
damn, I'm so guilty. I am so guilty. I could think of maybe like 2 people that I've hung out with over and over and over, where I'll just cute, we'll go to like a bougie restaurant or whatever, and like the first time, the second time, third time, nothing happened, not even a kiss, not even holding hands or nothing like that, where we kind of don't talk anymore, and I feel like it's because they got the idea, you get what I mean? Yeah. But I mean, I let it out front, like, hey friend, how are you? But that's a conversation that I've always, but that's cool. How I've always have approached it, So like I said, I mean, I feel like we just vibe off great, and that's why we continue to hang out, But now I'd be looking at their Instagram, I was like, oh, okay, I think they're in a relationship.
That just has to kill a guy's, like.
But they'll still talk.
Open the door like, oh yeah, what's up? Hey friend.
Yeah. But it's not me being rude. It's just I'm just laying it out from the very beginning. Still,
like another date, another one, like
another one,
and over, like just.
Yeah, but again, I feel like it's because we just vibe well,
And then anytime like that, you sent that hey friend text and like no like response, nobody got like a red flag or nothing, like
no, they'll be like hey friend back, like there's someone specifically in my mind, and we'll still hang out,
so
after that.
Still pushing it.
Yeah, but I just let it. I make it be known from the front.
One day.
So what do you do on those dates when like obviously they're still trying, and say like date's gone by, second or third date, and he's still kind of trying. You're not gonna do anything or anything, but say he tries to put his arm around you, put on your lower waist, try to like touch your ass or something, like.
Oh.
Do you just walk away, or like you move his hand, or
is that like a total game killer where you're like no, or you're like I gotta go to the bathroom real quick and get up?
Yeah, no, that's happened to me a few times. I can't. Oh my god. Yeah, there was this one time where this guy put like his arm over my waist, and then I'll just be like, yeah, just kind of laugh and kind of take it off a little bit.
And they still stuck around?
Yeah, I know. But again, it's not me trying to be mean or hurting their feelings. I mean, I just make it known from the very beginning,
So being on a woman, I mean, not to kill your own dating stuff, but just to let our guy viewers know, like what is it on the date that a woman will do and turn you down that you shouldn't hit her up anymore? Like, how can you just stop being...
Okay, for one, let's say that like you guys share a kiss. Mm-hmm. Do not tongue her down. That is a huge turn off.
Keep your tongue in your mouth.
Like, oh my god,
that's nasty.
Do not like try to eat her face or nothing. Oh my god. I mean, personally, no.
Okay.
She said, eat her face.
Yeah. I think the other one too, I mean, like my phone is always popping up. I have a business on my phone, so sometimes I'll let them know like, hey, I need to really reply back to me. Like one of my girls on my team needs me right now. Mm-hmm. So then I'll like quickly reply, but I'll let them know. But let's say that that's not your case. Do not be on your phone. Oh, okay. Do not be on your phone. But I'm really good at communicating that. Like, hey, I really need to,
sure
shoot this back.
Stop the
cap. Positive.
Setting up date number 2, like, nah, it's business.
Yeah.
It's business. This shit sucks. Yeah, you can take me out.
This ain't even on my chart. It just popped in my head real quick. You ever been on a date knowing you're like, oh, this ain't going anywhere, and you know you're gonna like you just messaging the next guy like, okay, yeah, I'll be home like after 10. Like,
yeah, that's happened to me before. But that's happened to me before where in a sense where like the date was just like really bad. Like really bad. Like I can think of it. Like I went on a date once and the guy like I'm not shy, but I'm kind of shy. I'm like I said, I'm not the initiator, right? Yeah. So if you talk, I'm gonna piggyback right and talk.
And the guy has to make you feel comfortable, like
yeah, and then not open up. But he wasn't talking at all. Like it was just like, oh yeah, it's good. The food's good, huh? What do you think, huh? Like,
that's it.
Oh.
Man, you corny.
I was like, oh.
Just commenting on things.
Yeah, I'd be like, as a matter of fact, yeah, I'm down to hang out at 10 p.m. Like, what's up? It's one of the viewers or something.
Rather it be a dude or a chick, have you ever just completely abandoned the date? Like, nah, this shit is not for me. I gotta go.
No, I've never done that.
So you followed through all the way?
Yeah. No, I've never done that. I go out dancing a lot. I'm super Mexican, so I go out dancing a lot. And even like if the guy or the girl doesn't know how to dance, I'm not the pro either, you know. I won't let them be at the dance floor just like that. I'll finish the whole song, you know. I'm not rude.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go get a drink. Disappears.
I've done that. I've done that.
Oh man, that's cool. All right. I guess you can still speak on both. First one would be, what do you think it takes in a woman to lock down a man and to get him to commit? Like all guys just want to just hook up and just have sex.
Damn.
Some guys might see potential in a girl and be like, man, you know, I should wife her, I should lock her down. Some girls, like some of them, they could just look at a girl.
She belongs to the streets.
They just know. So, like. Pretty much, how can a woman lock down a man? Like, what would you recommend for the lady viewers? Like, how do you lock down a man?
Well, first of all, if you gotta lock down a man, I don't think that man should be for you. You know, I feel like if the guy really likes you or the girl really likes you, it's just like seal the deal. You know, like okay, experience, right? We're talking about like this past person that I had to change my number. You know, it was like a 1 year of a toxic cycle. And like I said, you can't change somebody as much as patient as you are, as much as you're trying to teach them whatever. Someone that has bad habits is only going to change them if they really want to. So if you gotta feel like you gotta lock down somebody, a man or a woman, that person is not for you. You can only give somebody so many chances. You could be like,
well, not so much like really like lock them down, like just get them to commit to be in a relationship instead of seeing other people. How do you get them? Like how do you think a woman can just show the man that like I'm enough, like you don't need all the other women?
But why you gotta show them that you gotta be enough? Why you gotta prove yourself like that? You know,
I mean, because the guy or the woman that's talking to you would have to prove to themselves that they're willing, like they're good enough for you.
So like women control like the sexual engagement. They decide who has sex, and then the men, they're the ones that give out the commitment. They're the ones that commit to the women.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I just feel like, you know, if somebody likes you for you, they're gonna like you for you, and then, you know, again, like you're gonna seal the deal. But I feel like, you know, well, I guess the little things that you can do are like, I don't know, like pack them lunch or something, like show them that you are wifey material. Show them what, like
how do you add value?
This is what you can, this is what I bring to the table, and then let them meet you like the halfway, I guess you can say. You know, like this is how I could provide, or this is
so
how,
for our guy viewers, I'm pretty sure they're gonna be sliding in your DM and stuff like, what do they need to bring to the table to lock down Jessica?
Damn. Okay. For sure, I feel like you really got to communicate, right? So let's say if you are busy or you're working or you're doing something, you're at the gym, communicate that.
Let you know.
You know, a girl never wants to feel like ignored. A girl never wants to feel like they're bothering, or that, you know, they said something and for them being a little bit too vocal, like now you're lagging because like that was a turn off, whatever it is. Always communicate whether you're busy. Just make her feel like she's important, like she's a priority. Like, you know, be cute, do the little things, you know. Like before you pick up like some nice flowers. Like they don't have to be expensive, you know. Just make her feel like she's worth it, like she was worth going on that date, you know. You want to make her feel important.
Okay. Let's see. How often do, I'm gonna say Monday through Friday, say If you were to delete all your DMs and everything today, let it go 5 days without checking them, how many of those DMs are non-business and they're just strictly like just trying to get with you?
Oh my God. I wouldn't be able to count.
Is that many?
I honestly, I wouldn't. It's not even me trying to toot my own horn. It's just like I wouldn't even be able to count.
And out of all those ones you can't count, how many do you reply to or entertain?
Well, I mean, like I said,
let's say you get 500.
Like
let's say you just get 500.
Yeah.
How many of those are you even entertaining or looking at, checking?
For the most part, I'm always just like, oh, thank you, I heart it. Oh, thank you. Now, if they reply back, it just depends like what they reply back. Like, oh, how's your day
What's
going?
The next line?
Like, how's your day going? Like this recently just happened to me while I was at work. Oh, my day's going pretty good. How's yours? Oh, really good. Like I'm at work. I'm like, oh, I'm at work too. And then like I don't know, the conversation.
Actual conversation.
Yeah.
So we know that like nowadays that like social media is the person's resume, their lifestyle, how they live in, what they do, and how they present themselves.
Yeah.
Like what is it for you that you check out a guy's like profile and you're like, okay, like it qualifies for you.
Yeah.
Like what kind of lifestyle do you prefer your men like live in that's like attractive, appealing to you?
I love that question. I think that like, what are they posting on the constant basis? Like, are they gymming? I might sound like a hypocrite for this, or are they partying? But for me, like the partying wise, like I do a lot of like promotion for them. Like, you know, it's like I don't know how to explain it. I don't know if you guys will maybe understand, but like I said, like I'm really Mexican, so the clubs that I promote, they're very Mexican based. You know, it's a lot of my friends. We all collab together and things like that. So going back to the question, I see like, what are your daily habits? Like, do you go to the gym? What do you do for work? Are you like a business owner? Are you not a business owner? Like, I like to see like how clean you look. Like, are you, you know, how's your hygiene and things? You can really tell like that from like the person's pictures and things like that. So that's what I look into. Like, okay, you know, like how does your daily lifestyle look like?
How often do you run across like Instagram accounts that hit you up or try to talk to you that you find out are just fake? Like the whole thing's like, and you find out they're living a whole other life. You're like, whoa, wait a minute.
I want to say like every now and then, but I could think of, oh my God, I could think of one story and I'll share it. I'll gladly share it. Okay.
Yeah, so okay.
It was like a few years ago. It was with this guy. I even forgot his name. That's how long ago it was. And he was doing this Primerica like network marketing life insurance, right? Mm-hmm. And like his Instagram looked popping. I was like, damn, like he's a business owner and like he looks nice, crisp, he dresses nice in suits and things like that. Yeah, and I was like, oh shit, all right, cool. Like, you know, I follow a lot of people like that.
Came to
guys
pick you
and
up in
girls.
some sweats and sandals. Like, hey, how's it going?
No. Hold on, let me get to the juicy part. And I'm not judging by all means. It's just like, you know,
it's an experience.
It's just, oh shit, what you portray on social media is really not your life.
Yeah.
You know, so he invites me over. I go over and like, he lives like in a very nice apartment. But once you step inside, it's like, oh crap, like you really don't have like what you're flexing, you know, like there was no
bags on the floor.
There was no bed, like his clothes was like in trash bags and things like that. So
oh wow,
yeah,
not even in a dresser.
No, yeah.
What?
And again, like I'm not judging. You
Why would
never
he
know
let you in the
anybody.
house if it was like that?
Yeah, like you never know anybody's circumstances or nothing like that, you know. But it's just like on social media, it was like a big game.
Yeah.
And,
Did it make you want to pause and be like,
that.
what? Man, like what happened?
Yeah, and then after you're like, you know, I see it and I'm like, oh shit, like like something's not adding up, you know, you know, and yeah, it's just no, the point is I just that's it. You know, like his personality was very aggressive, very, you know, and I'm just like, oh, it's not my thing. Yeah.
So you didn't. So you still didn't hook up with him?
No. Hell
She
no.
stopped the cap.
Sure.
Hell no. Positive.
So as soon as you open the door, like as soon as you seen that, he was like,
Gotcha, bitch.
And you know what? And you know what? I still hung out with him like another time after that.
For the dates and everything.
We never went on a date.
Oh, never.
Yeah, never went on a date.
You think it's maybe because he couldn't afford it?
I don't know. I don't know people's situations, you know. Okay. But like he was very aggressive in that manner. But aside from that, like he was really cool. Like we just vibed and it was cool. But no, I was just like, no, I don't. It was crazy. I was like, oh. So I went. That was like the first time and the last time that it was like, you know, this where I experienced it myself. you know. I was like, oh shit.
All right, so we know that you're saying it's to like not be as aggressive for you. I know some women do like it. Most women don't, especially if it's just like rude and obnoxious. But can you tell our guy viewers what, like, please do not DM or text this to a woman. Like, what is it you just tired of just hearing like over and
instant
over?
red flag. Like, nah, I'm straight.
Yeah. Oh my. Okay.
Or that's just played out. Just like, man, you spammed the other 3 guys said that shit. Like,
yeah. I think for me, it's a lot of also like just straight up asking for pictures or send me a picture for your contact or something like that. It's like no, my Instagram has plenty. Okay. You know, or like they'll just straight up like ask you weird like. I think I forget exactly like the lines, but I think it just depends how you go about it. Like there was this guy I was texting and it was like fresh. And right off the bat, he was like, yeah, I would love to take you out to dinner. Maybe you could wear some heels. Like you look so sexy in heels. Like I was just like, oh, what the hell? Like,
yeah, no,
you know, just things like that.
Okay.
It's just like,
all right.
Creepy.
Okay. Down to the last 2. First, give us a story, the worst date you ever been on.
Oh my God, I think it was that one where it was like so silent and we weren't even like conversating or exchanging any words. And I was just like like what the hell? Like
really?
did I come on a date with somebody? You know, and it's crazy because like people will talk a big game like through text or like through DMs and they'll be like, yeah,
where did you
take you?
Where'd you guys go?
I don't even remember. It was like a long time ago. I think it was like Olive Garden or something like that. It was like years ago. Yeah. And they talk a big game and he was like, you know, we were like through text messages, it was like flowing even through phone calls.
Person, he had
but
stage
in person, fright. It was like
just stage fright.
Yeah, and I'm just like
conversation,
yeah, and I'm just like, oh man, like
this food is good.
I don't know, you know.
Super. Okay. And then when was the time your worst sexual experience?
Oh
to
my
where
God.
The guy, like, yeah, I'm blocking his number. He ain't getting a second chance.
My God.
He's not getting a second chance to make it better.
Yeah, Mom and Dad, if you're hearing this, I'm so sorry. Okay. It was with this guy that I was dating, like just dating, you know. I think that we were like maybe like 3 months on dating, but we were like talking, and he was older. Many years ago, I was still in college, and I'm a freak, right? But I'm not this into freaky shit. To me, it was like a turn off. Hell no, like whatever.
So he tried some extra stuff without letting you know.
It was a huge deal for me, but from other people, maybe not. But I don't know. So for one, it was so aggressive and so rough to the point where it hurt, and I was like, oh my God, this is not, I do not like this shit, get me the fuck out. And then whatever, it was whatever, you know, just held that shit in, and then he proceeds to like spit in my mouth.
What the hell?
Just unannounced?
What?
Yeah. He like,
bro, what are you talking about, man?
in my mouth. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Without even no warning, no nothing.
Nothing. And it was so disgusting. It was so gross. And after that, I just, like, it just went from downhill.
Did you stop instantly right there, or did you finish and
just,
like, all right?
Yeah, just like, you know, like, well, I you know, like, I don't know what it is, but when I ever, like, my sexual experience with guys, like, yeah, some of them have been fun for the most part. Like, when it turns into aggressive like that, I don't know, I get scared and I'm like, fuck, like, I don't know what to do. So I just, like, kept it. I was like, okay, whatever. Like, I'm fucking suck it up, you know?
Just a deer in headlights.
Yeah. I'll just suck it up. So I just sucked it up, you know? Like, just kind of, like,
crazy.
fucking held it, whatever.
Did you block
it was
him,
done.
like, right away when you were, like
well, so I left, but, you know,
his place,
it was his place. Okay. Yeah. So I left, but I was still in school and I would do my homework there. So I had my books there. So I literally, like, a few days after, because I wasn't really responding back to his messages or nothing after. I was like, dude, I'm fucking scared, bro.
Yeah,
like, I don't fucking, whatever. It's not my thing, you know?
Took the books as a loss. Like, I'll buy some more.
No, they were fucking, college books are expensive as fuck. So I just am like, hey, you know, I need to go get my books. Like, you know,
midterms are coming up. I need my books.
And when I went to pick them up, the vibe was just so weird. I think he knew. It was just so weird. It was, whatever. So I got my books. And
he didn't even try again?
No. Like, I think we even got in like a fucking stupid fight. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Just, I want my books. I'm out.
Okay.
But he was very like, in Mexico, like Mexicans, like we have this term called machista, where it's like the guy is very controlling, like what you wear, what you eat, you don't look at him, don't let, things like that. And he was very like that, and I don't like that. But I don't know, for some reason I don't know, it's just weird, okay? That was before therapy. Yeah, so that, and after that, it's just like, never talked to him. I actually saw him a few months ago. I was at a club, a Mexican club, and I saw him, and he bought me a drink or whatever, and I was like, oh, like, nice to meet you. Okay, cool. Like, thanks for my drink. Never talked to him again.
So you took the drink and just did that?
Gotcha, bitch. He's like, can I buy you a drink? I'm like, all right, cool. And I took my friend with me, and then he got my friend. Yeah, and after that, it was, oh my God, it was horrible.
Okay.
Do you have an experience with a woman that was bad as well?
Bad woman experience?
You're like, nah, this is just a one-time thing. I'm not doing this one again.
No, I don't think so.
No? So all women experiences been good?
Yeah, they've been great.
Okay.
They've been great.
All right.
They've been
Shout
great.
out to the women.
I enjoy that, with women more than men. I do. Yeah. I don't remember the last time
because a woman knows a woman's body.
Yeah. And not just that, but I don't, I'm not going to get too into it. But yeah, I don't even remember the last time I was with a guy. It's been forever.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. Well, the girl that I was just recently dating, I mean, she was, like I said, it's been a year, like, of crazy shit. So that's over. But yeah, so I don't remember the last time I was with a guy. I've only been with her, so. Okay.
All right. Sorry to hear that, guys. You can still shoot your shot, but I don't know.
Looks like the doors are closed.
Yeah, looks like we're closing that. But yeah, we'll let you pretty much, if you can remind them again, what's your Instagram, and let them know where they can buy your products and help you out with your.
Yeah, slide them into my DMs. I love to call myself the shampoo queen. What the hell? The shampoo queen. Yeah. You guys, and my Instagram is Jessie Boo. It's 3 S's, 3 I's, 3 O's. I have Instagram and TikTok. I'm trying to monetize my TikTok right now.
Okay.
That's what's up. Anything else you want to shout out?
No, just thank you guys so much for having me here. This was so much fun. The topic was, like I said, ironic, but yeah, hopefully, inspired some of y'all. Therapy is amazing.
Okay. All right. Yeah, we'll follow back up with you. Hopefully, man, your business gets bigger and growing. You got to come back with more stories.
Yes. Okay. Hopefully. Thank you.
All right, you guys. We out.
Yep.